Welcome to another episode of Gracias Come Again. Today, I feel so nervous. I'm so excited. My heart is like, because we're sitting down with the legendary, the iconic Luis Guzmán. Welcome to Gracias Come Again.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
You look good.
Right on. Thank
Look
you.
at all that hair.
¿Viste?
No estamos calvos.
Mira, it's all mine. No extensions, no nothing.
I could tell. La entrada están bien
¿Viste?
linda. No hay calvicie todavía.
Yeah, man. And you know what?
Dime.
All these little curls,
Te lo hiciste tú así.
¿viste? They just do themselves.
Welcome to Gracias Come Again, man. This show is all about, Latinos living our life in Spanglish and, shining a spotlight on all of our, our actors, our singers, our directors, our photographers. And we're going to premiere with you. I've already done tons of interviews and I even pushed back the premiere date because I was like, what? I said, I'm going to sit. We were supposed to premiere this week. And I was like, absolutely not. I said, I need 2 more weeks because you know what? Puede ser que yo me siente con Luis Guzmán.
Right on.
And here we are. I manifested it y Diosito delivered.
Esos son bendiciones.
Amén. ¿Cómo te sientes? Dime.
Yo me siento, bueno, fantástico.
¿Te ves bien?
Está aquí en la ciudad que me crió a mí.
LES, the Bronx?
LES, Lower East Side. Well, cuando vino mi familia, the first time from Puerto Rico, we live in Cotrona Park in the Bronx.
Okay.
And then from there we moved to Chelsea, the West Village, and then the Lower East Side.
What neighborhood do you claim? When they be like, where you from in New York? What do you say?
Lower East Side.
LES all day, right?
All day, every day. I take a lot of pride coming from that neighborhood. It's taught me a lot. I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for that neighborhood and some of the influences and mentors that I came across.
We're talking acting mentors or just mentors in general?
Mentors in general, people like Chino Garcia, people like Bimbo Rivas, Miguel Piñero, Carmen Lopez, just to name a few.
Esas son tu gente.
Yeah, those are my people.
It's crazy how a group of people can help, mold you. It's not just mommy and papi.
No, it's not because, like mommy and papi, they're always going to have their influence, teaching me what it is to be responsible, things like that. But when you hit the streets, it's a whole different kind of upbringing. And those people just taught me a lot, I did street theater with Brother Bimbo. I was with the New York Poets Cafe, the original one, when it opened up on 6th Street.
Legendary, I've been.
And that and then people like Chino Garcia and doing community work, community development. We had a place, a school on 9th Street que se llama, we named it El Bohío.
I love that. Bien boricua el nombre.
Bien boricua. And so we used to run like a lot of community arts projects. And then I became a social worker.
I saw that.
And then worked over at Henry Street Settlement.
How long did you actually work as a social worker before you broke out into acting?
Man, I would have to say at least 12 years.
Oh, so you had a long run as a social worker.
Yeah. And that, for me, when I became an actor, it was a total accident. I had done acting before.
Yeah, because you were moonlighting as an actor,
I mean,
right?
it was a hobby.
Okay.
It was favors to friends of mine.
And why would they be like, can you do me a favor? Were you funny? Were you colorful? What was it about you that they're like, can you do me a favor and act in this movie?
Oh, because like I said, my first acting thing was in high school, the high school play.
Oh, so you had the acting bug from day
a little
one.
Bit. But again, también, it wasn't something that I was pursuing. It just became a thing that's like, oye, somebody wrote this and there's a part for you. You want to do it? Yeah. So it was, again, it was a hobby. It was for fun. But my main passion was helping young people to help themselves. That's why I became a community activist.
I love that.
Social worker. And I took a lot of pride in that. So I did that for a while. And so what happened was one day a bunch of kids didn't show up to my program. I went out to the street looking for them, something that I didn't do, but I knew the families,
You were like, ¿a dónde está mi muchacho?
Yeah, so I went out and I ran into Miguel Piñero,
Okay.
who had written Short Eyes. And I hadn't seen Mikey in like 3 years. Me dice, yo, I'm ready for a TV show. They're coming to New York. Take down this number, go audition. And I go, papi, I wasn't even thinking about it. I go audition. Mija, 3 weeks later, I get a call from a guy that's his agent saying, hey, I represent Miguel. I want to represent you. And I go, for what? I said, you just booked the co-starring part in the season premiere of Miami Vice.
It doesn't get any bigger than that, man.
I was like, ¿Qué eso?
¿Tú me estás hablando mentira?
Yeah. You want to know something? All I wanted to get out of that
¿El qué?
was, and you will know this, I just wanted to make enough money to buy me a used car. So
Un carrito.
To drive to Orchard Beach
Oh,
on the
claro que
weekends
sí.
and not have to take the train and the bus.
No, tú tenías que llegar a Orchard Beach en tu carro.
Oh, yeah. So I got the carro,
Y más.
and my friend totaled it the next day.
Ay, pero qué maldita mala suerte. Are you kidding me? ¿Qué carro compraste? Dime. I need details.
It was a Malibu station wagon.
¿Y te la desbarató tu amigo?
Yeah.
Coño.
Over a chick.
Claro. It's always a chick, right? Maldita sea. Tú le prestaste el carro. You were like, I was going to see a chick. And then...
Yeah. No, he told me we were going to the hardware store. Yeah, right.
Ay, ¿para dónde se metió? What borough he went to?
Manhattan.
Claro que sí. He crossed bridges and shit
No,
with your car.
he tried to go uptown
But
on the Lower East Side.
Mínimo una
And
dominicana
then
tenía él allá arriba.
he got stuck in rush hour traffic. So he came out and he didn't see the car coming. He said, "Oh yeah, ahí."
Qué mierda.
He paid me for the car though.
Oh, that's good because most people be like, no, I don't got it.
No. He paid me for the car.
You were like, usted va a pagar este carro.
Yeah. Then we went back to Pennsylvania the next week. I got another car.
Good for you. You still have some leftover money from Miami Vice or with the money he paid you?
With the money he paid me.
Oh, damn, he paid right away.
Oh yeah.
You know, people be like, can I get a payment plan? Te voy a pagar $50 semanales.
No. Eddie tenía un guille. You know, so can't tell you what the guille
No,
was.
claro que no.
Pero tenía un guille and
Había chavo.
he paid up.
Good. And Miami Vice set everything off for you?
Pretty much, you know. I didn't understand the business. So I went back to being a social worker because, again, that was my passion. I thought that the whole Miami Vice thing was a fluke.
It was like a one-off?
Yeah. So, but this agent kept sending me out to stuff. I would get parts, you know. I'd be like Killer 97, you know, Gypsy Cab Driver 82. I was my role were numbers. But the day that I got a part and it said Raúl, I said, oh, wow.
Un nombre.
Me dieron un nombre. So,
And your tío Raúl again now. What are the odds?
yeah.
Full circle moment.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how many Raúls I played, but I think it's been a few.
And then that took off?
Yeah, it took off. And, you know, I ended up doing this movie called Crocodile Dundee, and that got me Crocodile Dundee 2.
Tremendous
and that got
movie.
me notoriety.
Olvídate, esa película la vio todo el mundo. That was the
Yeah,
80s,
man.
right?
Yeah. And then I ended up doing Carlito's Way.
Listen.
And who doesn't like a good
Listen.
Latino gangster from the
Cult
hood?
classic, okay?
Yeah.
All you hear is Pachanga everywhere you go?
Everywhere I go, people think I'm Pachanga.
Forever. I feel like no matter how many, you could be Gomez, you could be Raul, but for us, Latinos, especially here in New York,
Pachanga.
pa siempre.
And you say, oye, why'd you do that to Carlito? And I said, mira, watch your back. That's all I have to say.
La gente encojonada contigo
Cuidado,
todavía.
okay? Cuidado. Traicionero aquí, cuidado.
We didn't expect it, though. And I'm pretty sure you've spoken about Carlito's Way in Pachanga a million times.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I mean,
But we love you.
that was the rules in the hood, you
Yeah.
know? So the people that you think got your back, when it comes down to it, you can't really trust anybody, you know?
So unexpected. They did a Carlito's Way, too?
I was in it.
Did you bring it to life?
Yeah,
Like,
but
I feel like you're such an important part of the movie that they would have brought it to you. Like, we're going to bring this back.
Yeah,
Are you
well-
down to do it?
well, you know, the producers wanted me in the movie, so
Yeah.
I played this guy that kind of resembles a Pachanga,
Okay.
but I think it was more like Pachanga's uncle that I was playing.
Oh, okay. So you were just in it, but not as yourself.
Yes,
Makes sense.
yeah.
We didn't need a Carlito's Way, too. Carlito's Way is so epic and so iconic that it's like one and done.
Oh yeah, no. Listen, it was a great movie. for me, it was a dream come true because, a huge fan of Pacino's. I
That man's
saw
a
him
legend.
Dog Day Afternoon, Serpico. Those were two of my favorite movies, and to
No
be his
Scarface?
sidekick, man, el guardaespaldas. Yeah.
How did you land that role? Like, do you remember? Did your agent get that, or it was just something different?
No, actually, so my agent sent me to an audition,
Hmm.
and what happened was the night before the audition, two of my boys came over to my apartment, and they found this like old school zippered leather jacket in the park, and it was like perfect. And I tried it on, and the jacket estaba todo jodido.
De barata, una
Yeah, yeah,
mierda.
but it had real character, and so I put it on,
You saw the potential.
and I went to the audition wearing this jacket. So I started doing my thing, y ahí está Brian De Palma who directing it, está Marty Bregman who produced it, and Michael Bregman estaba ahí también, so and the casting director, Bonnie Timmerman. So I come in and do my thing, and then Brian De Palma starts cracking up while I'm doing my lines. And I'm like saying to myself, que mierda, this guy thinks I'm funny.
¿Y por qué este
I'm
tigre se
trying
está
to be
riendo, right?
serious. So I do it. I walk. The casting director winks at me as I'm leaving. I get home. And these were the days that we had like little answering machines.
Yeah.
So with the light going on and off, you got a message. So I check it out. Sure enough, it's her. And she goes, you got the part.
From the moment you left to the moment you got home?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I knew before my agent knew.
Eso era para ti.
Oh, yeah. And so, ended up doing that. And it was such a great experience, man. Such a great experience.
And we love you for it. It's like an iconic role. And it's like when people mention you, it's like immediately Carlito's Way comes up.
Yeah.
It's like you want to watch the movie again. You're like, you know what? Let's revisit the movie. It's one of those movies. It's like I feel like it's Scarface, Carlito's Way, Heat, Casino. Those are all the movies that we would just rewatch a million times.
Yeah, yeah. Because, they had a certain genre to them.
Goodfellas too.
Yeah, yeah. And like everybody like good gangster.
And everybody was an icon. We're talking Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, Scarface. Like these people were like top of the top.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So.
Do you have a favorite movie?
If I had a favorite movie, yeah, my favorite movie was On the Waterfront. You ever heard of that movie?
Mm-mm.
Marlon Brando,
Oh, that's a little
black and white,
No, I gotta check it out.
1960s.
Yeah, that's why
You ever see that movie? One of the best movies ever.
On the Waterfront.
On the Waterfront,
Voy pa'
Marlon Brando. What I loved about that movie was his performance.
Well, he was another iconic
And
guy.
he was effortless. And so I always study that because I always wanted to be effortless. I don't like acting.
And you are.
I like being as real as possible and conveying that.
And I feel like that's one of the reasons why we love you so much and we connect with you so much, because it just feels like you're just being yourself. Every role it doesn't feel like a different person every time. It feels like you in a different character, but still you. And that connects.
Yeah, well, I like I said, I pride myself on that, porque I don't think I ever done the same role twice, because I never make a reference to my roles.
Okay.
My reference to what I do is actually my life. And, I've been in so many different situations. I've studied people, stuff like that. So when I show up to work, that's what I do.
Life. You were married?
I was married before. I have 5 children.
Oh, 5. Okay, Wikipedia.
I adopted 4 of them.
Oh, beautiful.
Semi, Yemaya, Yoruba, y Margarita, and Luna is my biological daughter.
I have the names here, and I wrote them down. I'm like, los nombres. How did you pick the names?
I take a lot of pride in who we are as Latinos, where we come from.
You're part
our
of the
culture,
religion?
our history.
Mm-hmm.
And those names mean something to me. They're very loving names.
Mm-hmm.
They're very spiritual names. They're powerful names.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted Not so much that I wanted my kids to be unique, but they really want them to have their own identity.
And it's super connected, to the religion, to Puerto Rican culture,
Yes.
to our ancestors. And I love that you picked those names because I'm like, wow, I've never met anybody named Yemaya. I know who Yemaya is. I've never met anyone named. I was like, wow, he's a risk taker with these names. How do your kids embrace him? I've met Semi, super dope. I love what he's out here doing. They love these names.
They do.
Or they question him like, papi, ¿por qué tú me
Well, I
pusiste
mean,
Yemaya?
Yemaya asked me about that one time.
One time?
A couple of years ago, matter of fact. And she go, "Bye, why Yemaya?" I said, "Cause, you're a water sign, and I love that name, and it's beautiful, and it fits you." Matter of fact, cause she's my second adopted, and she was born in January. February, we went down to Puerto Rico to get out of the snow, cause that was one of the years that New York was having a terrible, terrible winter. So, went down there and. We put her in the water, in the ocean.
Beautiful.
And we blessed her. And, yeah.
Did you adopt all your children from Puerto Rico or from the United
From New
States?
York.
From New York?
New York, yeah.
And it's all, is it public? Like people know you adopted your children?
Yeah.
I love that. It's something I want to do myself. I feel like it gives you an opportunity to really change the course of someone's life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Listen, I love my kids. They're incredible. They're doing their thing out in the world, and that they taught me a lot. They taught me a lot about fatherhood, and they taught me about being a better listener. Yeah, and they still teach me to this day.
I was gonna ask you, do they still teach you, like, let's
Oh,
say,
yeah.
social media, TikTok?
No, not that type of stuff. I mean, they just show me. I mean, they teach me about about life. I'm not, the social media stuff. And
You got that?
I have social media, but I gravitate more to the real human being in my life and real conversations. And I'm a dream maker.
What does that mean?
That means that my kids went to college, and I said, you know what, you're going to graduate with a 0. And they go, 0? I am your scholarship.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to pay for your...
God bless you.
I am... So when you graduate with a 0. Just take care of what you got to take care of. And they've done that, Makes me very proud of them. That's what I mean by I make dreams happen for my kids. I try to make dreams happen for other people too. I try to be the best role model. I don't forget about my community. Anytime I get a chance and, make a presentation or just show up in support, I do that. I guess the most important thing that I tell young people is never forget where you come from. And you can influence the next generation just by showing up and, always give back a little something.
Yeah, you have to. It's that, that mentality of abundance. The more you give, the more you get back.
Yeah.
You can't hold on to everything you have. And that, that includes your knowledge. You can't just hold back and not share.
Yeah, well, I always said knowledge is power. And like I had all these little sayings that I used to
Refranes?
tell my kids, de lo bueno quedan poco. Okay?
That's a fact.
All right? Don't spend what you don't have. Be smart. Be safe. No regrets.
I'm taking all 3 of those, man.
Yeah.
Those are solid and those are good.
Yeah, because, when your kids become teenagers, teenagers tend to not have all their wires right in their brain. So I used to say, okay, you're going to go out, be smart, be safe, no regrets. Because if you're not smart, if you're not safe, and something happens, you're going to have regrets. So you don't want to show up back at the house saying, "Pa, I'm really sorry I didn't listen." No, you didn't listen to yourself.
Were you a tough dad? Or were you a softie?
Man, I just try to be as loving as nurturing,
Yeah.
Being a parent could be challenging at times. Because, it's it's just a different energy and stuff. I have my own regrets of, people don't understand. You're very successful. You're successful as an actor. You do great work. But you end up missing out on things.
You do.
Birthdays, basketball games, soccer games, plays, things like that. And they tell you that. And that breaks my heart. So as an adult, I come back to like, I got to make up for this now.
Stop, because you're gonna make me cry.
No, but it's the truth because as a man, as a man, you know, like as a man, you're the first male that your daughters are gonna love because you're their dad. You know what I mean? And so they teach me that. I love them. We joke around. I just took my daughters to Puerto Rico, Luna and Yemaya. We saw Benito's concert, Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, I saw you. You
It
were
was
at Benito's concert.
spectacular.
How proud do you feel of Bad Bunny, and how vocal he is, and how supportive he is of La Isla?
I think he's making a major difference for our people, not just in Puerto Rico, but all the Latinos and
yeah.
stuff. I take a lot of pride in him. I got his back, 100%.
Same.
And like I said, I'm just really proud, and I'm really super proud that he is outspoken. Because like nowadays, like a lot of people, they get scared of speaking up, and it's like, yo, speak up, speak your mind, be a voice.
And I see that you do that. When it comes to Puerto Rico, you're not afraid. And you're right. A lot of celebrities, whether they be actors, singers, models, whatever it is, everybody is so afraid of being canceled that they're afraid to stand on anything at all.
You know what? Because it's like, let me tell you something.
Talk to me.
Being canceled, man, when you're canceled, when being canceled is canceling yourself.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You got to be outspoken because you can't have fear because that's what they want you to be. They want you to be scared, And I'm just a voice telling the truth. Esto es mi verdad.
Y la verdad de tu gente.
Yeah, man. And so yes. And so I always will speak on those truths.
And I love you for it because so many people that have microphones that are on TV that can represent us differently and can speak out on the injustices, what's happening in Puerto Rico, what's happening with immigration, what's happening with Latinos here in America. And they'd rather just be quiet about it because they're like, nah, my career depends on it, que si no me busco otro trabajo, que I can't sing anymore. You're being so vocal. I am so proud of you. Like, I'm telling you, like, I look at sometimes the things you post and I'm like, I love what he's doing. He's risking himself for the better of our people.
Yeah, well, I just want you to realize one thing. I don't feel like I'm risking.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just being a human. I represent humanity.
Thank you.
That's where I'm coming from. If it was a risk, I would take it any day because, people are suffering, man.
We are.
We're suffering, but we also have el poder to make a change. I had done an interview and they asked me, why was it that so many Latino men voted for what's his face? And it's because they're ignorant, because they did not look at, maybe I could represent my daughter and vote for a woman, and it's like that whole machismo thing still exists.
Oh, claro que sí.
You know what I'm saying? So, look, I take pride in who I am. I love our community, and I love being outspoken when it comes to our community because we're good people, man. We're hard workers. We raise good kids,
We're honest.
We could do better, Unfortunately, there's young people that are lost, that start shooting back and forth at each other. People get hurt. People die. We need better role models in our community. And, We need not only the men but women to stand up for who we are, take pride in who we are. You see, let's defend each other. Let's have each other's back.
I feel like sometimes, we're afraid of, the repercussions or the consequences. And it's like we have the love, we have the knowledge, and we fail to act. Again, out of the risk of how we're going to be perceived or how it's going to, like, kind of like come back on us. But
Yeah, but you
we
know
have to
what?
change that.
If telling the truth is a risk, then that's a risk I'm willing to take. Telling the truth, la verdad. I can't make this up. You know what I mean? Uh, I remember when we first moved to the Lower East Side, my family. It looked like a bomb hit that neighborhood. There were so many abandoned buildings. The South Bronx, Williamsburg, and look what happened to those neighborhoods. Gentrified.
They took 'em.
There's like 2, 3 generations of family that live in an apartment because who can afford to pay for $2,500 for a
None.
studio? There's 4 people that live in a studio apartment in New York City, you know,
That's a
and
fact.
so the economics have changed. Before you can get a full-time job anywhere and get health and dental benefits. Now you get hired for 29 hours because if you work more than 30 hours, they got to provide that. And
Keep-
because they don't provide, and then you got to pay out of pocket for your health care and stuff like that. Listen,
How can you exist?
this is the only country, industrialized country. You go to Europe, you go to South America, free health care, free college education, and their economies don't hurt.
That's a fact. I traveled to Dubai. Beautiful. Have no homelessness, no this, no that. I'm like, what is going on with America? Like, why can't we get to a level, even half what they're doing there?
Because they don't have the priorities in order here. They really don't. You know, I hate to say this, but again, I speak the truth. Uh, you know, you send bombs over to bomb children and stuff like that. You send all these funds to uh, a place, and their people get free college education, free health. But hold up, you can't provide that for your people here, the greatest country, the greatest nation in the world, and people have to take. Listen, you graduate from college, you still gotta live with your parents because that loan that you gotta pay, like paying a mortgage.
Oh yeah,
You know?
a lot of Gen Z that I know, they can't afford to live on their own. They
No,
can't afford an
man.
apartment. They're
You
30 and they're
know?
like, I gotta live with my
Listen,
mom.
this is a great country. Unfortunately, it's come unhinged a bit,
Mhm.
if not a lot. But the thing is, we still have really good people that live here.
Amazing people
We have amazing people. We have people that make differences,
every day.
and we just got to keep our head up, continue to believe in ourselves. We're going to be okay. But we got to back each other up every day. And we got to teach our kids, man, to be better people, and get away from that hoodlum mentality, you
Yeah,
know?
here in New York, we still have a big problem with that.
Yeah, because you know what? It broke my heart a few years ago when that young man that had the same last name as me, Guzmán, in the Bronx,
Junior,
when he was attacked,
I cried.
and he was murdered by a bunch of hoodlums. And I asked, where are the parents to those hoodlums? What are you teaching your kids? And I feel that we have lost touch with that. You know, we have lost so much touch that I will say this: when I see a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old manipulating a phone, when you see families sitting down at the table and comedor to eat, and people have the, we used to conversate. When I was a kid, we used to conversate at the table.
Claro.
Now it's like everybody, like in my house, I used to turn the phones off
Good.
when we had dinner. I want to hear your voice. How was your day? You know, how's it going? Is there anything I could do for you? You know, you got any good jokes? You know, things like that. We lost so much of that essence because everything is a text. You know, everything is a TikTok. You know, and and we lost the essence of human communication. Of this, me and you right here.
Yeah.
This is beautiful. You know, we're having a real conversation.
Yeah, we're connecting, and it has affected a lot of Gen Z. Their interpersonal skills, not all, but many, they're like, I don't like to talk on the phone. My phone is always on silent because I don't want to speak to people. I'm like, why? And they're like, no, just text me. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to hear someone's voice. You don't want to connect. You don't want to hear, like the inflection in their voice. They're like, no, I don't want to talk to people.
Kids don't even know how to write in cursive.
Oh, that's another part.
Okay? Kids don't even know how to write in cursive. Kids don't even know their own history. You know, where their parents came from. You know, the costumbres of their abuelos and stuff.
La cultura de uno.
Yeah, man. You know, so
But it's like we can't blame the kids. I guess it's the parents, the younger parents. Maybe they're not going all the way when it comes to, teaching them, put the phone down, vamos a hablar, habla con gente por teléfono. Let me tell you about the island. Let me teach you how to make pastel en hoja.
That's it.
Eso la Navidad, vamos a hacer un coquito. It's up to us. You know what I'm saying?
It's up to us. And again, it's something that is so super important because we're losing that essence.
Nah, but you know what? If you're listening to this episode and you have children, get on it. Talk to them. Put the phone away. You know what I'm saying? Start teaching them some of your culture. And you know what?
As an adult, también. As you adults out there, you guys got to take the lead. You guys got to be the example. You guys got to be the first ones to put that phone away.
That's a fact.
You know?
When I go out to eat, I put my phone away. I'll be like, and then I look at people on the table. I'm like, hey, everyone, I have my phone away. Can everyone please do the same thing? Let's talk. No vamos a salir, todo el mundo montarse en un carro, bajar para Manhattan y después estamos mirando TikToks. Absolutely not. Let's not do that. Now, Wednesday, let's talk Gomez. I love you in that character.
Yeah.
You're perfect as Gomez Addams. It was so unexpected, but it was just so perfect. When I saw who they cast, I was like, wow, I would have never expected Luis Guzmán as Gomez Addams. Were you surprised when you casted that role?
I was humbled beyond belief. I was like, I grew up watching The Addams Family when it was in black and white.
Me too.
I grew up watching the movie with Raul Julia, and
Icon, legendary.
And so when I got the call and I spoke with Tim Burton and Alan Miles, who write the show, and they just offered it to me right there on the spot.
You didn't have to audition, or you auditioned?
No, I didn't audition.
Oh my! So this was for you.
I haven't auditioned in like over 25 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's some real G talk right there.
Oh yeah. Pero I just felt so honored to step into that.
And now we're getting season 2.
Season 2. And let me tell you, the first season was incredible.
I binged it.
I was like asking these guys, Coño, how you gonna top season 1? They blew season 2 out of the water.
We're getting something bigger and better than season 1?
Bigger and better, deeper, more mysterious, more dark, more fun, more revealing.
I'm happy it's back, and I'm happy you're back with it. And it's just a dope show, and it's for Latinos. It's just like, this is ours. I love it. I'm like, wow, the Addams Family is now 100% for us Latinos. And if you're listening to this episode and you haven't watched season 1, watch season 1, and by this time season 2 is already out. I want you to binge the whole entire show. And I want you to follow Luis Guzmán too on social media. He's super vocal, and he's super pro-Latino, and he's really what we should all be aiming to be out here. Using our voice, using our platforms, using our influence, and just, going for it. Don't be afraid, man. Say what you want to say. And like he said, if it's the truth, you can't be canceled for saying the truth. Es la verdad. Di lo que tú tengas que decir.
And, always take pride in who you are. Never forget where you come from. Respect your elders, our elders. Help them out. help each other out. And you know what? Let's understand that it's just important that we as a community do better for each other, and that we don't have to read about each other in the newspaper doing terrible, tragic things to each other, because we're better than that, you know. And please continue to love your children, nurture your kids, and make un buen asopao, que ya yo voy para allá.
What else can I say after that? Absolutely nothing but gracias. Come again, Luis
Gracias a
Guzmán.
usted. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.